Hello, I am so excited to be here virtually with you at SciFest. I am Maya Ajmera, President and CEO of the Society for Science in the Public and publisher of Science News. We own and produce the Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair, which is the world's largest international STEM competition in the world. Students from across the globe, including many from Ireland, have had the opportunity to compete on a global level at ISEF. In 2019, two finalists from Ireland won the top prize in animal science with their project about bats. Richard Beatty and Dylan Bagnall developed a system to aid bat conservation efforts. They designed a low-cost bat detector and developed a genetic test to identify specific bat species. They even set up a repository for citizen scientists to upload bat calls, identify species, and access information. You know, in 2017, Quillan Brady won a second place prize for her project measuring the effects of humming on lung function, finding that humming could have a positive impact on the respiratory system. You know, Ireland has had a very long history of innovation, and these young scientists are only the tip of the iceberg. In fact, our title sponsor, Regeneron, has clearly understood that fact, given that they have facilities in Ireland. It is in this spirit of innovation, this determination, this grit that I am sure has been helpful during a year that has brought an overwhelming amount of challenges. Honestly, saying that 2020 has been challenging is an understatement. But I have found that young scientists like yourself, young engineers like yourself who compete in science fairs are extraordinarily resilient. When faced with challenges, they don't shy away, they face them head on. And I believe it is during these challenging times that we are pushed to dream big and pivot in new ways. I believe in the power of thinking big. You know, I want to tell you a personal story. After I graduated from college, I had the wonderful opportunity to travel throughout South and Southeast Asia. On a hot, dusty day in Bhubaneswar, India, I stepped onto a train platform and was struck by an unusual sight. Amid the chaos of the train platform, a group of children and a teacher were sitting in a circle, completely engrossed in simple learning exercises. When the lesson ended, I approached the teacher and learned that the children lived, played, and begged on the train platforms. They did not go to school. And I learned that a local organization, in its desire to provide children with a pathway out of poverty, was meeting the children where they were by providing an education, clothing, and food. But most importantly, this informal school instilled in the children a sense of self-worth and empowered them to determine their own futures. Here was someone, when faced with an incredibly challenging environment, found a new way to teach. On the train platform many years ago, I had my moment of obligation. I thought this community isn't the only one facing these types of challenges. So I went on to found the Global Fund for Children and went to many under-resourced communities around the world. And I dedicated nearly 17 years of my life of supporting the world's most vulnerable children, which has now served over 10 million young people. But you know, I had another moment of obligation when I joined the Society for Science in the Public. It is my obligation as president and CEO of the Society for Science in the Public to ensure that every young person in this country and around the world can pursue STEM as a career if they want to. We must provide STEM opportunities to every young person in the United States, in Ireland, in the UK, in France, in India, Indonesia, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, Brazil, Colombia, Guatemala. We have to make sure that every young person can grow up to become a scientist or engineer if that's what they want to be when they grow up. But I'll also say this. I don't ask the question anymore about what do you want to be when you grow up? I ask the question, What problem do you want to solve when you grow up? Think about that. What problem do you want to solve? So I want to end in congratulating each and every one of you for reaching to the highest pinnacles of SciFest in Ireland. I wish I were there with you in person, but I do want to make a call out to each and every one of you to find your moment of obligation and to figure out what problem you want to solve. Thank you so much for having me and for listening to me. And I look forward to meeting all of you someday. Good luck, take good care, and Godspeed.